Today, on the weekend, Rebel News and I have filed an emergency lawsuit at the Federal Court of Canada against David Lametti. He's Trudeau's disgraced former justice minister. We're asking a judge to order Lametti to stop deleting his records as justice minister about the Emergencies Act, which we can see that he is doing on Twitter and elsewhere. He broke the law by illegally imposing martial law on us. And now he's breaking the law again by deleting his records to cover his tracks. This is so urgent. We hope to have the hearing in the next few days. You can see our court documents at our special website, stopthecoverup.com. The lawsuit is pretty clear and easy to read. Please go there to check it out and let me know what you think. A bit of background. You might remember that Trudeau chose Lametti as justice minister precisely because he was ethically malleable. Remember, Trudeau had a hard time getting Jody Wilson-Raybould to break the law for him when she was justice minister. Trudeau pressured Wilson-Raybould to call off a prosecution of a corrupt Montreal company. She wouldn't do it. So he fired her and he hired Lametti, who Trudeau knew would do anything he asked, legal or not. And that's exactly what happened. In the most important moment of his career, David Lametti chose to obey Justin Trudeau's unconstitutional instructions to put Canada under martial law, instead of doing his duty to protect the civil rights of Canadians, including from Trudeau himself. After the federal court released a scorching judgment on Tuesday declaring the decision to invoke the Emergencies Act illegal, unjustifiable, unreasonable, and unconstitutional, Lametti resigned from Parliament in disgrace. Had he resigned on principle when Trudeau asked him to break the law, he would have gone down in history as one of the most principled men of our time. Instead, he leaves Ottawa, a broken man who tried to break us. But here's why we're suing him. Lametti is still being unethical even now. As you know, every cabinet minister has an official government Twitter account with a gray check mark. You know, it's not his personal account or a Liberal Party account. It's an official government account run by civil servants in the Justice Department. It may seem casual because it's Twitter, but it's still an official record. But as Lametti skulks out the door, he's deleted his account and all of the thousands of records it contained, not just his public comments, but his private direct messages. And we know that Lametti made many atrocious comments in private, such as his suggestion to deploy military tanks against peaceful Canadian protesters. By illegally deleting his Twitter account, Lametti is destroying government property and covering his tracks, just as the lawsuits against the government are about to stack up. Hundreds of Canadians who were illegally abused by the Emergencies Act will now surely sue the government, and Lametti's remarks, both public and private, are evidence. He's destroying that evidence right before our eyes, and nobody is doing anything about it. Well, we are. We learned about Lametti's escape plan just yesterday, and so we hired one of the feistiest law firms in the country, Chad Williamson's team from Calgary. They're the ones who beat Trudeau's lawyers in 2021 when Trudeau banned Rebel News from attending the election debates, and Williamson absolutely smoked Stephen Guilbeault when that creepy guy illegally blocked us on Twitter. I like Chad, and I love how fast he and his team have worked here. They literally stayed up all night working on this. I'd love for you to read what they wrote. Go to stopthecoverup.com to see the lawsuit, because that's exactly what Lametti is doing. He's covering up what he said and did. That's illegal. We're asking a court to stop it. But I need your help. Look, Chad's great, but he doesn't work for free. When we took on Stephen Guilbeault, it cost us nearly $100,000 by the time it was all done. That was a 2-year battle. I have no doubt that Lametti will fight this tooth and nail. He obviously doesn't want his private messages to come out, and he doesn't want anyone referring to his past public messages either. But both of those are government property. He's probably worried that he'll be sued for his role in violating the law. That's why he wants to sneak out and go to work for some private law firm, get out of Parliament. So we've got to move fast. This is Lametti's final week as an MP. Please go to stopthecoverup.com to read the lawsuit. We have a petition there too that I hope you'll sign. And if you're as outraged by Lametti's final disgrace as I am, please help me cover Chad's legal bills. I really think we have to bring the justice minister to justice, the real kind of justice, not Trudeau's authoritarian justice where he just stomps his riot horses on you and seizes your bank accounts. If you're one of the many people who were violated or threatened by Lametti and Trudeau and the rest of the Liberal thugs, you've got a stake in this lawsuit. And if you're just like me, a law-abiding Canadian who was outraged by Trudeau running Canada like a police state, please go to stopthecoverup.com to help me crowdfund the lawsuit to stop these creeps. I mean, who does Justin Trudeau think he is? Castro? Thanks for your help. Go to stopthecoverup.com.